Imagine you're living 50,000 years ago. Life isn't great, but at least it's predictable. Wake up, find food, don't become food yourself, and somehow make it back to your cave before sunset. That's basically the entire plan. One afternoon, you're out hunting with your tribe when something feels wrong. The birds suddenly stop singing, the wind completely disappears, even the animals start acting strangely. Deer are running, birds are taking off, and mammoths that usually don't care about anything are suddenly moving fast. Today we'd probably think, looks like a storm is coming, but you have absolutely no idea what a storm is. As far as you know, the weather has never done anything more exciting than rain. Then, flash, the entire world turns bright white for a split second, not bright, blinding. It's like somebody in the sky accidentally turned reality's brightness to 1000%, before your brain can even process what happened. Boom. The loudest sound you've ever heard slams through the air. Forget fight or flight. Your body skipped the meeting and chose flight immediately. At this point, you're not asking questions. You're trying to break the world record for running. A few seconds later, something even crazier happens. A giant tree in front of you suddenly explodes into flames. No warning, no one touched it, it was just standing there, being a tree, and now it's on fire. You slowly look at your friend. Your friend looks back at you. Neither of you says a word because you're both silently agreeing that whatever just happened is way above your pay grade. If mountains, rivers, and trees have suddenly started attacking people, maybe today's hunting trip just got canceled. And honestly, imagine trying to explain this to the rest of your tribe. Guys, the sky flashed, screamed, and then set a tree on fire. They're not believing you. They'd probably assume you ate some weird mushrooms again. Because without science, electricity, or even the concept of weather, what else are you supposed to think? From your perspective, the sky itself just picked a fight with the forest. Now here's the scary part. That wasn't even the lightning, that was just the warning. A few seconds after the flash comes the thunder, and trust me, nobody 50,000 years ago was ready for that. The sound echoes through the forest so violently that your chest actually vibrates. Nearby thunder can reach around 120 decibels, which is louder than a rock concert. Imagine spending your entire life where the loudest thing you've ever heard was probably two mammoths fighting, and then the sky suddenly drops the loudest bass boost in human history. I'd be convinced the Earth just unlocked a second phase. You finally stop running long enough to look back, and that's when you notice something else. The burning tree isn't the only thing on fire anymore. Dry grass around it has caught fire too. Within minutes, the flames start spreading. Today we'd call it a wildfire. Back then, it probably looked like the forest itself had decided it was done existing. Animals are running in every direction. Birds fill the sky. Even predators stop hunting because when nature starts panicking, everybody suddenly becomes teammates. Think about how confusing this would have been. 1 second everything is normal. The next second light falls from the sky, explosions shake the ground, and now the entire forest is burning. There are no patterns you can recognize. No one says, don't worry, storms happen every year. As far as you're concerned, this could be the first and last day of the world. Honestly, if someone in your tribe said, I think the sky is angry, that would probably be the most logical explanation anyone had. And then there's always that one guy. Every tribe has one. While everyone else is sprinting for their lives, this absolute genius decides to get closer. Guys, I just want to see what's happening. Bro, if the mountain starts glowing and the trees are exploding, curiosity can wait. Natural selection was probably watching this guy like, seriously. Hours later, the storm is gone, the forest is quieter than ever, but everything looks different. Smoke fills the air, the ground is black. Trees that were alive yesterday are now nothing but burnt sticks. Then someone notices something strange. Some of the animals caught in the fire actually smell kind of good. Weird observation, maybe. But that tiny moment of curiosity could have changed human history. Scientists believe early humans didn't invent fire from scratch overnight. For a long time, they probably borrowed it from nature. A lightning strike could set a tree on fire, and instead of running forever, someone eventually got brave enough to approach after the danger had passed. Maybe they picked up a burning branch, maybe they carried it back to their cave. Maybe they spent days trying to keep it alive because once it went out, there was no lighter, no matches, and definitely no gas stove waiting at home. Fire completely changed the game. Suddenly you could stay warm during freezing nights. Wild animals became less willing to attack your camp. Cooking made food safer and easier to digest, which gave humans more energy. Nights became longer because you weren't forced to sleep as soon as the sun disappeared. Families could sit around the fire, tell stories, make better tools, and slowly build the foundation for civilization. All because one terrifying storm accidentally gave humans access to something they'd never controlled before. So the next time you hear thunder while you're lying in bed watching YouTube or complaining that your Wi-Fi keeps disconnecting, remember this. 50,000 years ago, your ancestors didn't have walls, weather forecasts, or even the slightest clue what lightning was. They saw the sky flash, heard an explosion louder than anything they'd ever experienced, watched trees burst into flames, and somehow turned one of nature's scariest moments into one of humanity's greatest advantages. Honestly, that's a pretty insane origin story. And it's yours. Guys, if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and do subscribe for more related content. Thanks for watching.